Hey, what's going on, guys? It's FPL Yusuf here, and welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to be going over my Game Week 27 transfer plans, but we'll also be combining this video with a Game Week 27 final team selection as the turnaround is such a short space of time. So, we've got a lot to talk about in this video. I hope you guys do enjoy it, but without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for being here with me today for another video on my YouTube channel. Before we get into this one, if you guys wouldn't mind dropping a thumbs up and subscribing down below, it would be greatly appreciated. So like I said in the intro, today is going to be a sort of mixture of both of my usual videos. So we're doing a transfer plans as well as a final team selection video. Now there's sort of two reasons why we're doing that. One is because the turnaround is so short. So I'm recording this video currently on Sunday morning. So we've still got a round of fixtures in Game Week 26 to play. Then we've got Monday, and then the next game week starts on Tuesday. So it's a very short turnaround from Game Week 26 to 27. But also, I haven't really got many plans that I'm looking to make for my team this week, so I'm going to get into that. It's probably looking like more likely to be a rollover transfer, so it didn't really warrant a whole video solely on my transfer plan. So we're going to combine the two today. We're going to go through some key questions as well, just sort of getting ready for Game Week 27 and hopefully setting ourselves up getting towards the blank in 29 as well. Right, so let's recap over how Game Week 26 is going so far. And it started off so well. We had Brandon Burma on Friday evening, who obviously got the 14-pointer, got a goal and an assist, the 3 bonus points. So I was really going into this game week with high hopes. Yesterday, however, as you guys can see on screen, it hasn't gone too well. You know, we had blank from both our Bournemouth midfielders. Cole Palmer blanked. We didn't get a single clean sheet. All of them conceded. It really, everything that could have gone wrong yesterday did go wrong. So yeah, I'm not really too pleased with how the team's got on. We are currently on 26 points. We are on a red arrow currently at the time of recording. I do have a few players playing later on today, which hopefully will boost the rank back up. Obviously, we've got Salah with the captaincy, Slot as the assistant manager, and then Isak and Wood up front as well. So hopefully, fingers crossed, they can get some returns and hopefully boost our overall score. But overall, it hasn't really been a great week. The kind of differentials I had in this team haven't really sort of worked out, and it's kind of the guys who I've got left are the ones that everybody owns. So it's probably looking like it's going to be a red arrow unless Slot and his points sort of just do us a massive favor. But yeah, so the game week hasn't gone too well, but we're going to jump into my current transfer plans for Tuesday, Game Week 27's deadline, and we'll also answer some key questions around that as well. Okay, so like I said, this week in particular for me, I'm looking to probably roll my transfer. So like I said, this week I'm probably looking like I'm going to roll my transfer. I did want to go into Game Week 29 with 2 or 3 free transfers just to kind of maneuver to anyone that I wanted to. There is a possibility that I do make a transfer though this week, and it's a small possibility, but the one that I'm looking at is bringing Gavardio in. Now, he plays Spurs in 27, a little bit of a trickier game in 28 against Forest, but they do play in 29, which is the key thing, and they've got Brighton, I believe it is, in that week. So I'm looking to go for some sort of differential defenders, and I think Gavardio has a good upside. You know, when he goes forward, he is quite attacking. I think the biggest thing for me is who do I get rid of to bring him in. Now, the two that I'm looking at is Timber or Robinson. Now, money's not a problem for us this week. Obviously, my assistant managership is finished after Game Week 26. So when you guys see this video, I'll have the slot money back in my bank, which leaves me 3.4 million. So we can kind of move to anyone, to be honest with you. The key thing for Gavardio is that he plays in 29, but City's run after that is very good. And he's somebody that I probably want to just keep till the end of the season. Just hope that he has kind of a repeat of what he did towards the end of last season. If any of you owned him then, you know, he was just getting attacking return after attacking return. So he has the capability. I think the big question for me is this week is it worth me bringing him in now? Or do I just keep rolling the transfers and go into 29? Arsenal's defence haven't been that appealing to me. It's not been that great, not how it was last season. I've been disappointed with them. I was disappointed with Fulham as well, actually, to be honest with you. I think from Game Week 30, Anthony Robinson's probably somebody that I don't want to own, whereas Arsenal, they've got a few decent-ish fixtures left. So I think if I'm going to swing towards one way and just put my money on someone, it probably would be moving Robinson to Gavardio this week. But it's sort of a 50-50 toss-up at the moment between just rolling the transfer or making the move to Gavardio. I think the big thing for me is I'm trying to go for differentials now. Like, I want to go for a differential captain this week. I want to go for a differential players just to try and sort of catch up, boost the rank, because, you know, time's ticking now and we are coming towards the sort of the last 10 games of the season. So now it's time to start making moves. So we'll see how we go on that. But that is my sort of transfer plans and my thinking for Game Week 27. Okay, let's get into some key questions surrounding certain players and should we be moving them out. So we'll start off first with Morgan Rogers. He did go off injured in Aston Villa's game, their win against Chelsea last night. I think for me, Morgan Rogers was somebody that I sold last week. And the reason why I sold him personally was I knew that Aston Villa weren't going to play in 29. I'm not a big fan of their fixtures at the moment. And I just think if you own Morgan Rogers, even before the injury, I think he was probably somebody you'd want to move off to, because unless you're going to free hit, you're going to want that midfielder slot for someone who's going to play in 29. Now, with it coupled up with his injury, obviously the game week turnaround is so short that it starts on Tuesday, so I don't think he'll be available this week. So for me personally, if you've got him, I think it's time just to move him on. The question is, who do you move him to? I like the Bournemouth midfielders. Obviously, they've got a fixture in game week 29. They're the ones that probably everyone will be targeting. I wouldn't be too put off by their performance from yesterday. Obviously, they were down to 10 men from about the 30th minute, so it's not the Bournemouth side we're used to seeing this season. But yeah, if you own Morgan Rogers, I would be looking to move him out to somebody else. Obviously, the fact that Villa don't play in 29 is another reason why you'd probably want to get rid of him. But also, at the time of recording, I'm not sure how bad his injury is. So yeah, if you've got Rogers, I would be getting rid of him by now. Okay, next up is Cody Gakpo. Now, a lot of people will probably still be on Gakpo because they've had other things to do. He is still flagged, so we'll see today. Obviously, at the time of recording this video, it's early Sunday morning, so the Liverpool game hasn't played yet, so we don't know if he's back fit in the squad. However, the big one, I think, surrounds the 28 game against Southampton at home. Obviously, if you've got Gakpo, you're going to want to keep him for that. The big question is, Liverpool have got Champions League games around that time. Will he be rested for the Southampton game? You know, I've seen a lot of people talking about, will Trent be rested? Will Van Dijk be rested? Like, will Liverpool make certain changes that are going to affect our FPL team? Me personally, I don't think so. I think these players are, you know, they've been playing Champions League football for so many seasons now. They're used to playing, you know, 2 games a week. I don't think that would be my problem. I think the biggest thing for me is Gakpo going to be fit? I think if you own Cody Gakpo, you've probably got other things that you could prioritize. There's not really many players that you could move to, unless you're going to move to Matheus Cunha, who obviously does have a very good fixture in 29. He's, you know, if he scores for Wolves, he kind of gets that sort of 9-pointer, and obviously Southampton in 29 for him would be a fantastic fixture. So you could theoretically just wait, let Gakpo play Southampton in 28, then move him to Cunha in 29. I just think for me, there's probably other things you'd want to do with your team right now. Obviously, if you're in a position where you've got luxury transfers, you know, you've got sort of 4 or 5 in the bank, and you know you're just stacked up like that, then yeah, definitely you could look to move him out. But I think for the time being, if you're somebody who's maybe only got 1 free transfer, maybe 2, I probably wouldn't be looking to move Gakpo yet. I would just focus on other things in my team and then just wait and see what happens for 28 with him against Southampton. The last player is Cole Palmer. Now, I don't think anybody's going to move him out over the next 2. I think that's why we've probably all kept him this long, is because they've got Southampton. They've got, I think it's either Leicester or Ipswich. They've got 2 very good home fixtures against promoted sides. So Cole Palmer is definitely a captaincy, and he is my captaincy for this coming game week, as I'm going to get onto in my final team selection in the next section. But I do think that once these 2 games are gone, I think we're going to see a mass selling of Cole Palmer. I think he's so much money. Chelsea just aren't performing. He's unfortunately not performing as well. I'm hoping that over these next 2 games, he can sort of get back to, you know, the sort of big double-digit hauls that he does bring against these sort of sides. But yeah, for me, I think if you've got him, you're definitely not selling him between 27 and 28. But 29, it's a fixture against Arsenal, not an easy game. I think there is definitely reasons behind why you could move him out and look for someone cheaper and look to spread that money elsewhere. So this is what my team is currently looking like before the game week 27 deadline. This is without making any transfers. It's pretty much the exact same team that I've had out this week. So Jordan Pickford in goal. I was disappointed actually with him this week because they were 2-0 up against Man United, who haven't really looked that threatening going forward. They did lose their clean sheets. A little bit disappointed with him, but he's fine for another couple of weeks to stay in there. The defence at the time of making this video is still the same. Robertson's got Wolves, Hoyson's got Brighton, and Timber's got Forest. Now, like I spoke in the previous section about my transfer targets, I am looking at bringing Gvardiol in. The question is, who do I get rid of? I like Fulham's fixture better. Obviously, Arsenal going away to Forest, which I actually don't think that they're going to keep a clean sheet in that game, which is cause for concern around Yuri and Timber. However, longer term, I think Timber's probably the one I'd want to keep over Anthony Robinson. So it's sort of a toss-up. I think the more I think about it, the more I'm sort of leaning towards bringing Gvardiol in. So if I do, it will be for one of them 2. But the back 3, it will definitely be a back 3. It's going to be Hoyson, definitely. One of Timber, Robertson, and if I do make the transfer, Gvardiol will be there as well. Same 5 across the midfield as game week 26. We've got the 2 Bournemouth midfielders. I'm hoping that they're going to bounce back. Obviously, you know, they'll be back to playing 11v11, which obviously did have a massive effect on the game. Kluivert did get an early sub again, so I'm just going to keep an eye on him for the moment. But also, Evan Nielsen is back for Bournemouth, so I think it's worth saying just to keep an eye on Dango. I don't expect him to be dropped out anytime soon because Evan Nilsson's just come back after being out for sort of 2 months, so you're not going to just throw him straight back into it, but it's something that I'm definitely going to keep an eye on. Cole Palmer is on my current captaincy at the moment. I'm not sure about it, obviously, because the way Chelsea have been playing, the way Palmer's been playing, it hasn't really looked too threatening. Obviously, Mo Salah is probably the secondary choice if I'm going to go for anyone else. Newcastle at home, it's not the easiest fixture in the world. It's not the worst. It's sort of somewhere in between. I think Newcastle going forward are very good. Defensively, I'm not too sure on them at the moment, but right now the captaincy will be on Cole Palmer, and obviously the other two midfielders are Bryan Mbeumo and Mo Salah. And that leaves us just the same two up front again, Alexander Isak and Chris Wood. Not the greatest of fixtures. One's playing Liverpool, one's playing Arsenal. But I think these two have shown over the course of this season that they can score against anyone. It's not necessarily to say that their team's going to win the game, but they can definitely have returns there. I don't really see a need to sort of get rid of any of them. Obviously, Chris Wood's got a fantastic fixture in 29. Isak doesn't have a fixture in 29, but after that, he's got great fixtures as well as a double in 32. So you're probably going to just want to bench him. So yeah, them two are fine for now. But this currently is what my team's looking like for game week 27. Maybe one potential transfer with Gvardiol coming in, but other than that, if not, it will just be a roll and then on to game week 28 after. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, don't forget to drop a thumbs up and subscribe down below. Like I said, this video was sort of a mix-up of my transfer plans and my final team selection, just due to the fact that the timing is so short between. I just wanted to get a video out for you guys. I will be back tomorrow, though, with an FPL challenge video. I would have uploaded that today as well, but you can't actually pick your next team until tonight's games are done. So yeah, this is why this video will be going up as a transfer plans and a final team selection together. And then I will have an FPL challenge video up for you guys tomorrow as well. But thank you guys so much for watching as always. And I'll catch you guys next time.